Seems almost everyone is here, so I'll give it the mark to you, Spencer, and whenever you're ready. Awesome. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Horizen Weekly Insider number 81. Today is March 29, and happy Monday to you all. Thanks for joining us live here on Discord and YouTube. And as you know, this call will also be available for you to check out later in our Horizen podcast. Also, please remember to be asking your questions on Menti while this call is happening so we can answer them at the end. Without further ado, I'll pass the word now to Alberto to give us the engineering updates. Alberto, please.
Hi all, and as usual today we can start with Zendu. So last week we completed the design of two different items, the forward transfer minimum amount and the main chain backward transfer without the need of providing a snark proof. In particular, the last element I mentioned is let me say a very good improvement from the main chain perspective about the processing of main chain backward transfer requests. And the other one is the minimum amount that must be forward transferred to the sidechain. And this is, let me say, something that is communicated by the sidechain itself from the previous certificate. So this design was reviewed and approved, and so the implementation was started. Currently, the implementation is ongoing and is expected to be finished by the end of this week. In parallel, we have also been performing the first level of code review of the Bittrex implementation, so that's now ready for final review. And we have also started working on the proof verifier integration, in particular for what regards the changes to the mempool processing, because we will do let me say a batch verification of the proofs, and also some operations are going to be managed in a parallel thread for proof verification. Okay, this was about Zendu. Now, for what regards the SDK, we did many final code reviews last week and approved a total of 10 pull requests. In particular, was reviewed and approved one of the most important, that is the base fee payments implementation. So that is part of the SDK of the next SDK delivery. So we're making progress also on the SDK, and we plan to continue these code reviews also this week. In parallel, the development of the last remaining task on the SDK side is moving on, and in particular, we're continuing the development of the interface with the Rust implementation of the sidechain transaction commitment tree. Okay, now switching to the proving system. On the proving system side, we were able to review also here several pull requests. So it was a very busy week of code reviews for me, and a total of 4 were approved. Moreover, we identified a few change requests for another pull request that we're currently reviewing. So also these are being addressed, and after that we will switch to the proof verifier related activities. And last but not least, we're happy to announce that our new white paper about the decentralized incentive scheme for recursive snarks based blockchain is out. So we're going to post the link to the paper here in the chat, so you can check it out and let us know what you think. Okay, probably all for today. Back to you, Angie.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alberto. Let's continue with Chronic for the infra updates.
Yeah, happy Monday, everyone. So the latest release is out, Zendy 2023. And it's available on the apt repository, on the Docker containers, and under the releases page on the Zen repository. Everyone should update before April 21st, which around April 21st or 22nd, the current version, the old version of ZenD will deprecate. Like discussed in the past weekly insiders, the new Zen release is mostly maintenance, except for one exciting feature, which is a massive performance improvement for reindexing as well as syncing from scratch. And the Swing wallet and Sphere wallets will be out later this week. I'm working on that right now. Back to you, Angie.
Thank you, Chronic. Let's continue with Jonathan to give us the growth updates.
Hey everybody, happy Monday. So today's a big day because STZen is now live. On the growth side, you'll see if you head over to getzen.cash, there's a big banner promoting the $2,500 giveaway. So yes, that's right, $2,500 giveaway. That's probably the biggest giveaway we've ever had. To enter, it's completely free to enter. So what you would do is you would click on the link. You have to purchase 10 STZen and you hold them in a wallet for 30 days. So if you purchase 10 STZen, you hold them in a wallet for 30 days, you're entered for a chance to win a portion of that $2,500. So we'll pick 25 winners and each winner will win $100 US. So it's a pretty big prize, and I think the chances of winning are actually pretty good. So again, we'll have 25 winners, $100 each winner. To enter, you purchase 10 STZen and hold it in your wallet for 30 days. And then you'll be eligible for the giveaway. So that's really big, really exciting. I encourage everybody to enter. I think the chance of winning will be pretty high for this one. Obviously not guaranteeing anything. So in addition to that, we are also integrating the STZen HODL bonus into the community hub, into the faucet. That will be live hopefully in the next 48 hours. We'll send out an announcement via email once that's live. Those are pretty much the two big things for today. We're continuing to do a bunch of small improvements to the website, to the STZen page, all around, pretty much on every page. We're making small improvements here and there. But really, we're focusing this week on the launch for STZen. That's it for me. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Jonathan. Next, we have Lucy with the marketing updates.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. So super excited about STZen. That is now live on SushiSwap. And then we announced the launch just a couple hours ago. And with the launch, just as Jonathan just mentioned, there's a 2,500 giveaway for the early hodlers of STZen. And as for now, there are already almost 1,000 entries. Last time I checked, probably right now it's already past that number. So really excited to see that. And then the details about this giveaway are in the announcement. And then the announcement also includes guides for how and where to get STZen and what you can do with it. So if you are still new to this, we have all the information for you. So please take a look and check it out if you still haven't done so. And then also we will do an AMA with SushiSwap on SushiSwap's Discord channel this Friday, and everyone is invited. So please be sure to come. And Rob will be on the AMA. So we will share the details on social media. And aside from the STZen launch announcement, we also have a mandatory software upgrade announcement going out today. And also last week, a podcast called Block Hash published an interview with Rob, and they discussed how Horizen is working to ensure data integrity and privacy freedom on the blockchain. So please take a listen. And lastly, we are also in the process of rolling out a program that I'm really excited about. That is our ambassador program. So since the beginning of Horizen, our community has been growing, and more and more people have started volunteering their time, their talents, and effort to contribute to the ecosystem. So in order to better coordinate and help, and also most importantly empower our community to do that. We are creating this program, and then the lead of this program is our Erica, and she is she's been working on this and then making sure that we have a an exciting rolling out plan and building out the program in itself. And I believe Erica has some updates for us about this program.
Hey everyone, super excited to talk about the Ambassador program today. So the new Zen Evangelist program is designed to support our ambassadors in reaching their own goals while simultaneously helping us grow as a project. So it's a build your own type of design where potential ambassadors can come and tell us what they want from their ambassadorship, and tell us how we can support them. And so we'll be designing each program specifically for the individual needs of everybody who wants to become a Horizen ambassador. So it's super exciting. This design is going to maintain our traditional ambassadors who like to hold meetups or attend events, and also opens up the ambassador program to more people, including content creators. So the goal is to ultimately expand Horizen's brand recognition through our Zen Evangelists to help us all grow together, which is really exciting. We'll be doing special tasks through Discord and through the HDE to kind of get everybody talking about Horizen and incentivizing everybody to want to become a Horizen Zen Evangelist. We already actually have a few highly active community members who are ready to sign up, which is awesome. I'm super excited to start working with everybody, and we'll be providing more updates about this project as we come closer to the release date. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Erica. Really, really looking forward to it. That's it from us, from the marketing team. Back to you, Angie.
Great updates, Lucy and Erica. Thank you so much. Now let's continue with Vano for the BD updates.
Hey everyone, thanks Angie. So today we have a new integration. Zen has been listed at Huobi's Indonesian branch, Huobi Indonesia. The pair is USDT and the volume is quite okay. So this is our first entry for the Indonesian market, and I hope more will follow in the future. I'm really happy for it. And now I pass it to Kaspers for a really exciting announcement.
Hey guys, yes, this is a big day for BD and Horizen, and as Jonathan and Lucy already highlighted, we're finally able to publicly announce that State Zen, or STZen ERC20 token, has been launched on Ethereum's mainnet and SushiSwap, and can be now readily traded and used across Ethereum's DeFi ecosystem. A cool fact is that SushiSwap has added STZen to STETH pair to their onsen menu, meaning that users contributing their STZen on their platform can also get sushi tokens if they participate. So that's really cool. This is only our first step into Ethereum's DeFi space, and we are already working on multiple other interesting opportunities for Zen supporters that will be developed and launched in the upcoming weeks. Meanwhile, I really encourage everyone to check out the growth campaigns and the marketing releases around STZen and help us spread the word about this exciting event, because we're entering the Ethereum's ecosystem, and we want communities to kind of find out about Horizen. So all your input would help those efforts. I also encourage you to head over to Stayhound's blog section, as they have really exciting, interesting blog posts posted there on STZen and how to use it, how to interact with it on SushiSwap. So again, thanks to everyone who supported and is supporting the launch. So a lot of interesting stuff is still in the works, and will be coming out soon enough. Back to you, Angie. Thank you.
Thank you. Now let's welcome Rosario for product and engineering updates.
Happy Monday, everyone. We are wrapping up the first quarter of 2021. and we are on track to meet our deliveries. So it's very exciting. So just to kind of summarize what our first delivery is, it's the Zendu, the main chain portion of our sidechain model, and just opening up our main chain to be able to communicate with the sidechains, along with the SDK, what we're calling the SDKB, which is a subset of the final delivery, and the appropriate portions of the proving system. And all of that is on track, and the team's pushing really, really hard, as Alberto had mentioned earlier. We are on track to finalize the contracts for the third-party audit. And because the code is going to be moving to main chain, and we have an operational blockchain with real Zen, all of this needs to be audited by an independent third party, just to make sure there's no critical issues that we have to fix before we go to production. So as we plan to transition the code to the auditors at the end of April, beginning of May, once we transition that code to the auditors, there's still a lot of activities that have to happen for that transition to mainnet to be successful. So we began planning the transition to mainnet activities, started the process of defining the tests, the appropriate requirements, and all of that is going to take planning, and it's going to be a cross-divisional type of activity. We're also going to be opening up this testing to the community, so that will come in a couple months, and hoping we have a structure and something in place for the community to be able to test along the way. The incentive scheme that Alberto mentioned kind of just wraps up very nicely our model, and it highlights the different actors that have to be in place for the sidechain ecosystem to be successful and decentralized. So welcome you to read that paper. Just an inkling. So our SDK our SDK beta has been in testing, and we've found issues along the way. There's been one, I would say, moderate to high issue that we've found, and regarding memory allocation, and just early indications, seems like we've been able to find the root cause. So just highlighting that from the engineering team standpoint. From a Horizen Labs perspective, also great news. We have the audit blockchain is complete, and we will be transitioning that to Celsius. From the Celsius side, there still needs to be minor development to broadcast and query the sidechain, and of course the user interface associated with those pulling that data from the sidechain. We're very happy the development went smoothly. So we were the first users of the SDK, and kind of funneled some improvements along the way from a usability perspective. But the SDK worked as it should, very, very nicely. And Game Chain, there also has been a lot of progress. We were able to use the sidechain or use the mobile application and tap into the sidechain. So that's also very interesting proof of concept that we're able to use sidechains on mobile. This use case was using a combination of JavaScript libraries that we've had to create, running on an interpreter, and using a native C# code for Unity. So it's just great validation that sidechains are able to use in multiple different languages, and also mobile applications. And also, we've completed the first iteration of the first customized sidechain explorer, and that we will transition to the game developer for the game developer to complete the development from their end. That's all the updates for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosario. Rolf, would you like to add any updates or comments?
Yeah, a few things. I think it's great that we're making really good progress on the side chains, and Rosario related about the Celsius integration. Exciting. And that shows our culture of parallel development has really worked well with the ability to work on many different things at once and have it coming together. And I think we've been fortunate because from the macro standpoint, there continues to be more and more interest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency developing. We've been in the middle of this for years, and so it's sometimes difficult to take a step back and say, what other perspectives are there? But there's a lot of indicators, like interest into websites or big picture things like I heard recently that Tesla and Ferrari are accepting Bitcoin. Visa is accepting USDC. And so we're still pretty early. I'm starting to see on the mining interest side that more and more people are getting interested in mining. So it feels like the timing for us to go to production on the main chain for the side chain integration, as long as well with the SDK implementation and the real life use cases, it's exciting. This is a fun time, and things are coming together well. Thanks.
Thank you, Rolf. And now let's welcome Rob for the final part and Q&A session.
Thank you, Angie. And let's see, so a lot of big things going on, guys. First of all, let me thank our regulars on this call, in particular, Mark L. Jenkins, who've been here for years. Absolutely love having the regulars join this call. That's cool. And it's cool to have people with us as the project has evolved so much over the years. Also, a big thanks to Spencer, Don Crypto, for recording this call today. Always nice to have you come on and do these types of things. Appreciate that. And just diving right into the really big, important news of the day, the STZen live on SushiSwap. This is a really big deal for us as a community, guys. This is something we should celebrate. It's something that I highly encourage everyone to get at least educated about, whether or not it's something it's right for you, it's something that you want to support directly, at least understand what it is and understand the implications of it. So as the foundation, we are kicking off this educational campaign that Jonathan and Lucy were mentioning. And already we're getting the support of some really big DeFi accounts. OXB1, thank you for your support on joining the STZen Fund. And just to kind of reiterate the economics of why this is really important for us, well, it unlocks new value for Zen hodlers, right? So if you are going to participate in infrastructure anyway, this is one way to do it. Now, there are pros and cons. So that was a really good question here on Discord just now of, is it better to hold Zen or STZen? Again, pros and cons, trade-offs in life. With Zen is just our native cryptocurrency. There is no counterparty risk to holding Zen. You have your private keys. It's your Zen is yours. And the old saying in crypto, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. Well, that holds true, for these types of products as we launch. Because with STZen now, you're getting a whole bunch of positive benefits, but also understand what you're doing is we are parking Zen now with some other custodians, and they're issuing ERC20 token STZen on that. Now STZen is trading on these secondary markets on Sushi right now. We have two pools live. So you get a ton of other value, things that you wouldn't get if you were to just hold Zen. So just be aware of what's going on with this product. It's really exciting for us. Education is really important. Other benefits of Zen, and this is really important when the sidechains, when Zen2 goes live and we have actual production sidechains or sidechains running in production, Zen is the gas. STZen is not the gas. So Zen has a whole utility case out there that goes beyond this type of infrastructure provision and liquidity mining on DeFi and so forth. It's still really important that as an ecosystem, we enter this DeFi space. Now we're in there, and we're going to be having a lot of fun as we go and expanding types of products and apps and pools that we're in. But anyway, we just wanted to get in there. This is an important step for us. So we'll continue to provide more updates and educate you along the way. Now, Alberto mentioned the publication of a new paper, and Rosario talked about some of why it's important. But the Lattice incentive scheme is an important paper for us. It is the economics at the heart of how Zen2 works. So this is important. You'll see just going through the paper, all of the different types of actors that are required to keep the systems decentralized, and just at least kind of the economics of how funds will flow there. Really, these microtransaction payloads from transaction fees, they get split off to different actors so that they can perform work and keep the entire system decentralized. This is a critical value proposition for Zendoo and the Horizen sidechains. This is an important technology for now going out into solving real world problems with it, whether this is for businesses, enterprises, or application developers. For us, the value prop is about decentralization and information integrity that comes from that. You only get that through decentralization, right? So that's where Lattice comes in, and this incentive scheme, bootstrapping Lattice, is an important and fun read. So congrats to Alberto and the team for publishing that. Let's see. So we've been, Alberto and Rosario mentioned it, and Rolf reiterated, but we are coming up to an extremely important moment for the project where we are going live, or at least, okay, let me say, we are finishing development for Zendoo. We're going to finish a key milestone of developing the software. It's a really big deal for us. This transitions us friendly from being a cryptocurrency to really a blockchain platform, blockchain of blockchains platform, however you want to frame it. But this unlocks a lot of value for the ecosystem. Now, let's set expectations. I think I keep doing this every week. You're probably bored of hearing me saying it if you tune in every week. But I need to hammer this point home. We are finishing development roughly in a month, roughly, right? Give or take. Now, that's development. We still have to go through third-party audits. There will be find fix from third-party audits. We'll be doing testing. We will be doing code reviews. We will be doing more find fix. We will be doing more testing, right? There will be a lot going into here. And then we need to do a major deployment from a parallel testnet to the actual testnet. We're going to learn a lot in this process, and then we're going to do a lot more testing, right? We will be inviting the community into all of this testing. This is really important that we get wide community participation in testing. And then after all of this, assuming everything goes really well, which it will, we'll make sure it goes well, we will be deploying to mainnet, right? So, and this will be sidechains, Zendoo in production when we get to mainnet. There's still a long path here from here to there, but we're very much on it. We're tracking, burning down progress. You can see just from the slide that Angie posted, like she posts every week in the Discord here. We are rapidly approaching completion of the first deliverable code being done. Okay, so that's very important, and we're going to continue tracking that. On these weekly insiders, stay tuned. We'll be continuing to give you big updates. Shifting gears a little bit. So I want to commit some resources from the foundation and also from Horizen Labs. And by the lab side, I really mean some brain power to resourcing and helping bootstrap the Horizen Community Council. This is something that I know the council is taking, we bootstrapped a little bit. We have a Discord server, a website, some basic infrastructure, and a lot of enthusiasm and excitement around HCC. So what I would really like to do is take some resources and some brain power on the foundation and the lab side, and really just apply it to helping kick this thing off in higher gear. So what I mean here is help out with an actual organization, legal entity potentially, if that makes sense, right? Processes, procedures, some seed funding from the treasury here I think is really important, because HCC is important, and I want to make this very public commitment. HCC is very important evolution for the ecosystem, and it deserves some treasury funding. So I want to seed it there, and then ultimately get this organization to the point where we can have a first round of council member elections, and then completely hand everything over to the. I mean, the council in general will be growing in this process, and what I want to make sure, from at least my perspective, if this is going to be a successful entity, it's kind of like where in early stages of nation building, when you kind of enter the democratic phase of nation building. And by nation building, I don't mean anything political. I mean just the evolution of how countries or societies are born. It's about civic society. You want to create, foster, expand as much civic engagement as possible, across multiple organizations. You don't just want, in our case, the foundation. You don't just want foundation plus another software arm, labs. We want to continue growing the ecosystem, and you can see like pipeline marketing growing in the ecosystem, and we're kind of building out other business functions. But it's really important that we also have civic engagement and just these civic organizations. And this is where, at least in my mind, HCC comes in and why it's such a big deal. And I want to make sure that we commit some resources to really get this thing going, soon. right? Get this going soon and get it effective. Anyway, we have so much more to talk about, but I don't want to spill any beans, and we're out of time today, so I will close it here, and we can open it up to some Q&A.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rob, and thank you everyone for contributing with your questions as well. So the first one says, does the DCG/Grayscale get more inside information than the others, than what we hear on these calls, like plan aheads or partnerships, etc.?
No, not at all. So, I mean, we're very much public in what we do, and the only things that we don't publicize in advance are when we have like a BD deal, for instance, that we're putting together, and you just don't want to announce something that's not firm yet, right? Like, why would we would not want to announce we're putting together some partnership with some other entity, and then all of a sudden the partnership falls apart before we can actually conclude it. So we don't want to do that. And we don't want any impropriety in the sense that we're giving people inside information on what's going on. So no, not at all. The only thing that DCG, hears about in advance would be things that they're actively working in partnership with us to bring new things to market. So those would be the types of things where maybe a DCG or other partners that we have, not just DCG, would get some early information. It's when they're actively participating in making something happen. But otherwise, no, we're as transparent as we can be on these calls. And this is really our interface with the community to make sure that you know what's going on. I mean, you hear weekly updates from the divisions of the entities working in this ecosystem. This is something I think is very special, and you don't get from, say, like commercial companies typically in the non-crypto world. So, but other than that, no, there's no other special info.
Thank you, Rob. The second question is, what is the first sidechain and when?
So I have some ideas of sidechains that I would love to see, but I can just tell you from the practical things, like Rosario just mentioned, we just finished Celsius sidechain. So at least phase 1 on that. So you're starting to see Horizen Labs will be bringing sidechains to market just with partners naturally. So we've got that. We've got the game chain that's going on with gaming partner. And then you're going to see some other ones as we announce them, and we have other partnerships that we're launching POC version sidechains. When it comes to like infrastructure sidechains for the ecosystem, that's another big deal. I know I'm not rank ordering anything, but it's really important that we get a voting system out there. Like we're talking about ecosystem building and civic society and engagement and all that, while having a voting system so that we can actually quantify and aggregate sentiment from the community is another really important thing. So that's, for me, something really high on my list, but it's really important that we get a feel for as broad of a cross-section of sentiment in the community as to what we do next.
Awesome. And the third and final question is, what other platforms will STSen be available on? I would like to maximize my STSen earning potential.
That's a good one. Caspers, do you want to jump in on that one?
Sure, would love. That's a great question, and I can answer that we have a great partner that we work with. So the liquid staking provider Stayhound, that is doing an awesome job in the DeFi space and has kicked off some very interesting conversations with various platforms and DeFi apps that we would like to see STZen on. However, at this point in time, I don't think it would be right to mention specific names. And soon enough, we will be reaching out to our community members to help us with some of these integrations to get STZen on various platforms. That requires community voting, hence the aspect of decentralization in DeFi. So these are the Zerions and the Zappers of the DeFi world that we would need your help on. But at first, I would like to, personally, and probably our community members would like to see some traction on SushiSwap, on the onsen listing. So you can really head over there, educate yourself, get involved, and spread the word. So this will help us and Zen community to attract attention from other platforms, and will definitely result in new integrations and opportunities. So that's my take on it. I hope that answers. Back to you, Rob.
No, right back to Angie. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. I think this was an amazing weekly insider. Thank you, everyone, for contributing as well with your questions, and we will see you all very, very soon. Thank you for joining to our weekly insider. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
guys.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.